Hi, everybody. Welcome back to HSP channel. I am your host, Barbara, and today I want to take you on a journey in the fifth energy type of human design, and that is the reflector energy type. We've started with a deep dive into human design. Specifically, we started with the energy types because we were all built to function differently, with different skills and with different ways that our energy works. And when we align with that, instead of just doing the things the way that everybody has told us we need to do things, that's when we create success and happiness with a lot more ease and effortlessness. And it's also a lot more enjoyable because this is the way that our souls actually crave doing life. And it is your energy type that tells you how you are built to operate. And that is why it's arguably the most important aspect of your human design. So let's dive right into the last one of the energy types, and that is the reflector energy type. Because reflectors, they are really like the ultimate chameleons. That the world tells us that it's good to know who we are and to be a set type of person. But this does not apply to reflectors, which make up about 1% of the population. You have the ability to be anything that you want at any time. Your persona can stretch much wider than most people's, and allowing it to do so will bring you the fulfillment and the success that you desire. It is this kind of flexibility that allows your soul to be most fully expressed. And the fact that you want to be one thing one day and another thing the next day is a good thing. That's your power move, and thus also what people will actually value in you the most. You just have to be brave enough to try it before anyone tells you it will pay off. So, this requires radical openness. If you look at your chart, your human design chart, then it's the most open chart that is possible. And you have very few set qualities within you. And this sets the stage for the full and varied existence that you crave. You are meant to be a high energy sometimes, and sometimes super relaxed, and then extroverted the next time, or introverted in other moments. Fearful and fearless, calm and wired. You have the full spectrum of humanity open to you, and you are meant to play in the spectrum way, way more than everyone else. But this openness also makes you prone to outside conditioning, which tells you that you have to fix your identity a certain way in order to be loved, or to be successful, or to be happy. And this is the deepest myth that you came here to overcome. There is no one quality that you have to be consistently to get what it is that you want. The magic is in being open to changing and shifting at any point that you feel pulled to. So, your radical openness can either be a weakness or it can be a superpower. It all depends on if you allow your vibe to be what your soul genuinely wants to be on that specific day, or if you're letting your conditioning influence this decision. Your gift is in how deeply you process the world. Because of this openness, you're processing the world more deeply than anyone else can. You have less of, let's call it an internal buffer. So it's easy for you to pick up, go along with, and match the energy of whatever vibes and people that you are around. And this is a fun and enjoyable way to be, despite the messaging from those who tell you it's better to be fixed. Working with this ability rather than against it will bring you your most happy and successful life. If a vibe feels good, go with it and let it bring out that same side in you. And if something doesn't feel good, it's simply a sign to remove yourself from it, because that vibe isn't a match for how the universe wants you to be today. Your sign is always your environment. When you're drawn to an environment and it makes you feel good, it's because it has the essence the universe wants you to mirror at this moment. It needs you to be in that vibe in this very moment because that energy is what will help you to accomplish what you're wanting to accomplish. It's a perfectly designed system like that. The universe will always use your environment to show you what's aligned for you and what's not aligned. So if you feel good in a place, that's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And if you don't feel good, that's not what is intended for you right now. That means that you need to curate your environment. Because success for a reflector comes from the commitment to leaving places where you do not feel good and bringing in more of the environments and groups, people and situations where you do. When you string moments of right place, right time together and let them add up, it creates a life of effortless success and happiness because what you're doing is lining up with all the synchronicities and opportunities that the universe is waiting to send your way. You don't have to go out and actively grab any of it. You just have to get aligned with it so that it comes to you. And in terms of work, you you can basically take on whatever work role that you enjoy. The sign that you're in a job that's aligned for you is if you feel good in your work environment. If you're in a job where you feel good in some environments and not in others, it is a sign to change or to step out of the ones that you don't enjoy. Trust that you're not feeling good is not random. That it's a sign that the universe gives you so that you know what to tweak and change in your life in order to make it better. You are like a mirror who can show the rest of us who we really are. Because when a reflector allows their persona to change and flow according to who and what is around it, then a reflector is able to do what it came here to do, to mirror back the vibe of the other. This is where the name reflector comes from. When we're around a clear reflector, it's such a valuable tool because it shows us exactly what we are. And this benefits both you and also the other person. You're like a clean slate. And when people interact with you, you see what they project out onto you reflected right back at them. This is such a valuable tool for humanity. In human design, we say that a reflector belongs at the center of a community, so that everyone in that community has a way of doing some self-examination. There's even a spiritual theory that says what you see in another is simply parts of yourself that you don't see. This is true to some extent for all people, but it is really crystal clear and unfiltered when people look at a reflector who is free and unattached from needing to always be a certain way. It's way more fun for your soul to shapeshift and embody so many different energies depending on where life takes you rather than to stay fixed and stuck. So you need to master your specific energy pattern. Because you don't have a set energy level, it will ebb and flow and it will also mirror whatever environment you are in. If you need a burst of energy in order to accomplish something, surround yourself with productive and energetic people or environments, and that will make you feel like the most turbocharged of them all. However, you can't do this consistently because nothing about you is meant to be consistent. And you'll eventually burn out if you act like the rest of the world on a regular basis. This is because you didn't come here to be high energy all of the time. And contrary to what we've been told, this won't lead to success for you. And it will actually deplete you and burn you out if you're constantly trying to go full power because you think that's how you have to be. Think of yourself as a power socket. If you put too much electricity in, you'll blow a fuse. But if you pay attention to how much you can handle that day, Be really smart about what you use that energy to accomplish that actually moves you towards your goals and your dreams. And then pull away and reset. That is your magic formula. It's not about doing the most. It's about doing the few things that will reward you the most. So detach yourself from labels and the need to describe yourself. Reflectors live for feeling life like it's constantly surprising and delighting them. But anytime you try to label yourself or put yourself in a box, this is what blocks this feeling of surprise. Your great work as a reflector is to let go of any label or any method by which you define or describe yourself and leave it open to changing. Be malleable, be flexible. That is the most magnetic state a reflector can be in. Approaching whatever your passions are in this world with that malleable openness, that is what will help you to be your most successful self, because the people and the opportunities are already swirling around you, and they will be attracted to you the most when you are this way, when you are magnetic, when you are open to changing. So if you've recognized yourself in the description of the reflector, or if you know that you are a reflector, I'd love to hear from you. So leave me a comment below this video. If you want to find out for sure if you are a reflector, then you might want to purchase my Be You by Design blueprint. The link to do so will be in the description of this video. And it is a combination of both human design as well as the gene keys. And it will give you a deep look into your user manual, who you really are, what your strategy should be, what you came here to do, and much more. So this will be a really great starting point for you to discover everything about yourself. And if you are stuck, if you want to work with me, if you want a human design reading or even a Gene Keys reading, then book a free clarity call with me. This is a one-on-one call that comes with no strings attached. The link to book that one will also be included in the show notes. And this is really so that we can get to know each other. I can get to know you. You can get to know me. You can get to know my energy and how I work. And I can get to know where you are right now and what your wants and needs and desires are. And then we can see if that is a good match. And if it is, then I'd love to tell you a bit more about the different ways in which you can work with me. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you will never miss another video again, and give it a thumbs up, or maybe even share it with your audience if you thought that it was valuable. And for today, I wish you an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to inspiring you with another video next week. For right now, have an amazing rest of your day.